So, part three. It is ain't but a couple motherfuckers I don't like, right? And one of them is GPS. Oh, that mother GPS will send your ass sometime on a wild damn goose chase. You'd be like, why are you sending me here? Why are you sending me there? You want me to get off the interstate to save 20 seconds? Or you want me to get on the interstate, do 90 miles per hour, save 20 seconds for one exit? I'm like, you can tell you're a damn robot because that shit only makes robot sense. That doesn't make human sense. I'm like, bitch, I'm already on the side road. I'm already on the service road. Why do I want to get on the interstate to go to get to my destination 20 seconds faster? But that's just me. So I'm like driving through backcountry cause of fucking GPS. I am literally for so first off I was on the interstate. Everything's going great. I'm on the interstate, main roads, and you see all that stuff you always see, right? You know, IHOP, McDonald's, Waffle House, Denny's, Hotel, Holiday Inn Express, 6 or 7 different gas stations, boom. And you see that little cycle, and you repeat that cycle like what, 30, 40 fucking times in a vacation, right? On a road trip, right? So, and I'm just enjoying the mountains too. So, you got all that shit going on, and all of a sudden, this bitch say, exit right, Interstate I-20 business exit. I'm like, bitch, I don't have time for this shit today. I'm trying to help me get to the mountains before it get dark. And then if I go this way, which he suggests, talking about GPS, if I go this way, it'll save me like 20 minutes. I'm like, cool. I can use an hour and 20 minutes because you don't want to go somewhere, because we were told don't travel at night, right? So with that, I'm gonna back up. So the night before, I'm driving, and I was like, I was gonna drive all the way till I got to a city called Carlsbad, 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 like Carl is bad. So I was gonna drive there, had my hotel picked out, and all of a sudden, my car started making this vibrating noise. You just would have thought it was just gonna explode, and the tires was gonna all 4 tires was going to vibrate and blow off, right? That's what I was thinking. And so I had my car serviced before I left the city the same day. So my car's in tip-top shape. It's like an 8-hour road trip, right? Spare tire check, service check, start check, fluids. I hope they checked the motherfuckers because I forgot, right? But I paid them a lot of money, so they should have checked them. Fluids check. So I'm driving, and it gets like about 10 o'clock, and the car just starts vibrating crazy. I pull over, gas station, I look underneath my car, everything's good. Get back on the road, do some more driving. It's like when I get off the road, it's immediately fine. The moment I get off the highway, it's fine. I get on the service road, I'm doing 50, it's cool. I get back on the road, everything's cool. I get to 20 miles per hour, 30 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour, 50, 55, 60, just start vibrating. Start vibrating again. The car's like, what in the hell is wrong with my car? So I said, I gotta exit and call it a night because this mug is about to. It's black out here. I'm in what's bumblefuck. I don't know where I'm at. It's dark. It's like really dark. And this is all country. So you see H2S whales, bulk, spit out fire everywhere you go. You see nothing but oil things everywhere you go, all on either side of the road. It's just all country, Appreciate to the workers that do that. Our country needs that. Thank you very much. So it's all country out here, man. So I just pull over. I'm like, I'm gonna pull over at the next well lit place. right? So it's either gonna be a chain hotel service, right? Is my goal, or parking lot of a Walmart or a McDonald's, because I'm American and that shit is home. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not gonna be a hotel because my car is acting very funny, then it's gonna be the next thing closer to home. It's a Walmart parking lot, McDonald's parking lot, a chain parking lot, right? So I see La Quinta Inn, so I stay there tonight, and I check in, I'm in the room, I'm not tripping, and I'm like, what the hell is going on with my car? So I wake up the next morning, I ride around backcountry Orland City, right? Oh, and by the way, I'm pretty sure my kid's mom would love this place. It's all rigs, it's all pumps, it's everywhere. That woman from Oil City, so she would have loved this fucking land. I guess it's probably like oil city. I don't know. It was just oil shit everywhere. That's a joke. Ain't nobody gonna get it, but anyway, this is just all the oil pumps and oil rigs everywhere. It should make like Oil City look like a small oil city, but this shit was everywhere. So I go to the mechanic shop. They open at 10. I'm there at the crack of dawn at 10. On time, as my daughter say. On time, every time, all the time. So I was there at 10. Google said he's open at 10. His door said he doesn't open at 10 on Saturdays. And his website said he doesn't open on Saturdays. But Google said he's open on Saturdays. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I called the guy. I left him a message. I sent him a text. I sent him another text. All right. So mind you, when I'm not on the highway, my car rides like a gym. So I take it to the guy. I go eat, trying to figure out what am I gonna do, and then all of a sudden I get a call from the mechanic. He calls me. He's like, yeah, man, I usually don't work on Saturdays, but some Saturdays I do. And this guy, I looked at his reviews. We in back all country. Like, I think the only chain store I saw here is like a Denny's and a Dollar General. That was it. So if I need to do any shopping, it was Denny's and Dollar General. I saw 4 other black people while I was here. Only 4 other black people. I had to check my mind. I say, it's a couple of racist places in the great state of Texas. Varda, Texas, I know used to be one of them. Jasper, Texas, they drugged that boy Chester Howard with chains on. And so you have to be mindful of those things when you are out of town and your skin is this color. So I saw only 4 other black people, and I'm a respectable person, right? I flex, so I walk with my manhood first. So 99% of the time I don't have any problems. And you give respect, you demand respect, you give respect, you receive respect, right? And it's not walking around with a chip on your shoulder. It's basically just how you carry yourself. So I'm in back all country, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I get a call from the mechanic. He's like, yeah, man, I don't open on Saturdays. I usually do open on Saturdays and stuff like that. And I got my kids with me. I'm like, okay, all right. He's like, but I can take a look at your car. I'm like, awesome. So I look at this guy with reviews on the night before. This guy's rated like 4.9 stars. I'm like, 4.9 stars? And all the reviews are saying like, yeah, I was headed to San Diego and my car broke down. Another one said, oh, I was headed to this place and my car broke down. The guy, Mike, man, is amazing. He's not expensive. I'm like, it's like my car broke down like in the perfect spot in the middle of nowhere with the best mechanic in the world by the interstate. So I look and see like, where's this guy located? And he's literally 0.8 of a mile from the hotel room that I stayed in. So I just drove down the damn street, past him on the way, and so anyway. And you know how cars do. You know how cars do. You know how cars do. I get there. I'm excited. I mean, I thought Mike had I was so excited to see Mike. I thought he had a Christmas present for me. He had his kids with him. For this guy, I'm like, so I get there, and Mike looks at the car. He puts it up. He does this super mechanic thing, and he's like, nothing looks wrong with it. I'm like, I can't do this 395 miles away from home. I can't do this. I can't do the car not having a problem 395 miles away from home. I can't do that. I need the goddamn problem to show up now so I can get super mechanic in the middle of nowhere to fix it now. So fix, car, do whatever the hell you was doing last night at 10 o'clock at night. He's like, it looks good. Let me check this. It needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that. The tires a little bit of this. Man, but the car is great. It looks good on here. He got it on a lift. I'm like, who the fuck got some lift? And but this guy got some lift. Puts the car up on a lift. He's shaking. He's showing me like, yeah. I mean, it really looks good, but you can do this. You can do that. So when the mechanic says stuff like that, right? Basically, ain't shit wrong. You can fix some things. But ain't nothing. He ain't be like, oh, you got to replace this now. Oh, you got to replace this now. I was expecting something like that. Or, oh, your noise came from this. Or, oh, he's like, nah. It's almost like, like how, it's like, this is an example. If you own a car, everybody's had squeaky brakes. It's like, right when your brakes squeak the very first time. They want to, you don't need brakes right then. You like, okay, I got about, a month, but I'm gonna need brakes because that was the warning squeak. That's the kind of shit he was talking about. It's like, I need to change my oil, and I got 50 more miles to go before it's time to change my oil, but you can go over usually like another 500 or 1,000. So he's telling me shit like that. And he said like, oh, you may need some tires. No, he said you need some tires. They're at the warning line. I'm like, god damn. He's like, can you test drive it? He's like, I got my kids in there, and I don't want to leave my kids in the shop. I'm like, oh, fuck. What am I going to do? Right? So he looks some more. He's looking some more. And I'm trying to convey or articulate how I'm feeling about the car. And we talking shop about 15 more minutes. And I was like, man, I wish you could test drive. He's like, okay. And he's like, I'm just going to lock up the shop. I'm like, yeah. Okay, you lock the shop up. I stand at the edge of the road. He's like, his daughter's 14 and stuff like that. And he got a son in there. I'm like, yeah, man, fuck that. Yeah, I completely understand. Lock the door. I'll stand at the edge of the road. You can zoom by and watch me. I'm like, whatever the fuck we got to do. I wanted to say you can put your kids in the car. We can all test drive that motherfucker together. But if it's a bad situation, if something breaks, and I didn't want to say that, and he got his kids in the car, and they fucking not in my car, not in anybody's car, not anybody kids, not in any situation, right? Don't want that. So he like, I just lock the door and we go together. I'm like, cool. Mike gets in the car, man. I'm riding shotgun in my own car, and he just zooming. He like nothing yet. So we're on the service road. He gets on the interstate, and I don't know, sitting in the passenger side, you realize how fast your car is. I didn't realize how fast my car was on the driver's side, because I'm on the passenger side. I'm like, this little motherfucker can scat, So he's zooming. He like 90 miles per hour. Car ain't said shit. Ain't said a motherfucking thing. Car ain't said shit. I'm like, we get back, like, ain't nothing wrong with your car. I'm like, Mike, man, I don't know. It was real bad last night. So I said, Mike, in your professional opinion, I'm 300 miles away from home. You're like the best mechanic. My destination is the Guadalupe Mountains, and then drive 8 hours back to Dallas. Would you do it? He said, man, yeah, your car is great. You can do it. No problems. Just get you some little bitty tires. They're not even ball. They're just right at the line where you're about to need tires, I'm like, Okay, this is the mechanic. So I'm super excited. It's like 1 o'clock ish, past 1 ish, you know. I got all my bags in the car. So I'm like, cool. So I just, fuck it. Guadalupe Mountains, here we go. So I'm driving and I'm just thinking, like, what was that about? Why was that about? What was that about? Then all of a sudden I'm driving and then the noise is back. I'm like, oh, you son of a. I'm like, the mechanic said it's good. So I'm just driving. I'm just gonna, and I look, because it's daylight, and I'm like, I'm looking at the road condition, and I'm like, they stripped the damn highway because they finna repave the road. So the intense vibrations that I was feeling last night was from the goddamn highway. But you can't see that shit at night. It's black. It's black. I mean, it's like when you're traveling and you get to certain parts of the country. You know, when you like in a pop, and when you're in a place and you got some highways have all the street lights. You know, all the way down the interstate for miles. And then you get to a point where there are no street lights and it's just your car and your headlights and the people on the opposite side of the highway and their headlights. It was that night last night. It was my car, my headlights, and that was it. So I'm looking at the white line. You can't see the damn road. I got the bright lights on. I'm looking out for deer, armadillos, all sorts of shit. Ku Klux Klan members, everything. I'm looking for everything, right? None of that. So I'm driving 80 miles per hour, the car just making a noise, vibrating and shaking again. I'm like, ragged ass fucking road. So I do that for about 8 minutes. So the mechanic said it's good. Because if I go home, it's going to do the same thing. So the mechanic said it's good. So I'm driving, all of a sudden, the road changed. You know how you hit that little bump when you driving on the road, you hit the little bump, smooth. I'm like, what was that about? I spent the whole night, a whole day, half a day in a city, which I know nothing about. I had to pay a microdiagnostics fee. He said his fee is usually $100. He only charged me $50. So shout out to Big Tex Auto, which is Mike, right off of I-20, 4.9 reviews. Get a positive review from me. Right, Big Tex Auto. I'm gonna be sure it's right too. That man hooked me up. I wanna be sure it's right. Make sure whatever see that. Digging for that receipt. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. It's right here with my thumb. Can you see that? Mid-Tex Auto. Mid-Tex Auto. Big Spring, Texas, right? So, that brother. But he's a brown brother. So, you know, brown brother, black brother, white brother, yellow brother, green brother. My family raised me. We're not racist, so, you know. That don't need much of explanation. You just not that racism is just it's foolish to me. It's just foolish. I mean, to be racist, man. I mean, someone says all the time that once you get down to that fourth level of skin, I think it's the epidermis. The fourth layer of skin, we all the same color. Then you got that little melon in there, which you think you have the right to distinguish yourself from somebody else. And then once you get down to that fourth layer of skin, we're all the same color. And a little bitty thing is melatonin, right? Have you treating your fellow man the way that you do. But you got to answer for that. We all got to answer for that. So anyway, I'm like, what was that about, man? 4 hours. I I slept there, ate there. I went to a museum and I took some pictures at this museum. Took a picture of this guy in a glass box. It's pretty cool. I brought my camera with me. I'm like, why was I in this city? I just could not understand why was I made to stop in this city. Why was I made to stop in this city? Camera makes me look fat, yo. I done lost a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like almost 190 pounds now. Almost down to 190. I used to be 240. So, we can worry about that shit. So anyway, why was I made to stop in this little city, man? Big Spring, Texas. It wasn't just to meet Mike, right? My car's working great. I'm on a smooth patch of road. I was gonna drive the cars, man, all night, get a hotel, and go through the mountains. So here we go. Car fixed, on the way to Carlsbad. Driving the Carlsbad on the interstate. GPS tells me exit I-20 business district. And I'm type of one of these persons to where if you ever get you one of these, you don't get distracted while driving, alright? You get you one of them. That scar, that's from being distracted while driving. Car accident, car flipped over. Had my first wife in the car. First love of my life. My daughter was in the car. Second love of my life. BK was on my balls. Third love of my life, right? So now, car flipped over in the woods. And, at the time, she was my first love of my life. That was 20 years ago. I was 21. That was 2000. That was 2001. It's 2020. So, shout out to her family, her household over there. But I just said it like that because at the time I did care. At the time I did love her. And it's my kid's mother, so there's a level of respect there, right? But of course, got love for my new baby now. So anyway, shout out, you know who you are. So anyway, car flipped over 2 times because I got distracted. Cut me out the jaws of life. Singing a song and it cut me out. Happy to be alive. So, I don't fucking get distracted, right? I on the goddamn road. People say, man, I was seeing you, I was waving at you, I was glowing at you. Dude, you flip your car over 2 times, you have somebody in the car, passenger, and you have your kid in the back strapped up in the safety seat, and they cut your ass out of the car with the jaws of life. Everybody tells me they was in the car and I was looking straight. You damn right. I don't answer my phone when I'm driving. 95% to 97% of the time I don't answer the phone when I'm driving. I damn sure don't even turn text messages on when I'm driving. I'm probably one of the few people that their phone is set to driving mode. So if you call me or text me and you get an immediate text back, it's probably because I'm driving and my phone sent you some shit say like, oh, he's driving. Dude, I ain't answering no damn phone when I'm driving. At best, I get a phone to kiddo. Some of y'all think y'all be responding to me. You be sending them messages. You be all flirty, and my son be reading them text messages. Like, all right, that's enough. You put that phone up, kid. You don't even do that. Or I tell them to answer the phone. Right. And if you answer the phone, it's usually either my mom or my dad. Because when your mom calls, mom ain't gonna stop calling until you answer the phone. So you just gotta go and get that done. Mom call, then it's your call, and then she be like, why didn't you call? And there's 3 calls. So you go and answer that, BK. Answer mom. Answer grandma. Which moms do that. No problem at all. I love you, mom. Right. So I'm like, GPS says exit left. Well, I ain't finna touch the bitch and start arguing with it. I just gotta do what it says, cause I'm not finna flip over and have a car wreck, right? So I'm driving down this road, and this must start taking me through little. I mean, I stayed in Big Spring, Texas last night, which is very small. The museum is nice there. I took some pictures there. The guy in the glass box. But these towns, I mean, population says population 403, population I think 2,295. I'm like, yo, this ain't what it is. I didn't sign up for this, you know. So we driving through, and of course this is oil country. Man, it's like big oil trucks passing me, zooming up and down the road, all just flying. I mean, it ain't even like hardly any. I think the speed limit show up once every 40 miles, right? So it's 2 hours on this damn long ass backcountry road, oil land. And the gas stations and the hotels don't even look like that. It's just like a bunch of trailers called, like, one place was called Whites. I'm like, really? Whites? It's called Whites. I'm like, I'm not stopping at Whites for a goddamn thing. I don't give a damn what Whites got in there. I ain't stopping at Whites, W-H-I-T-E, it's called Whites. It's like a bunch of mobile homes stacked, talking about they got Wi-Fi, gym. Well, man, we ain't stopping at Whites. You could have called them the city, or could have called it desert. You know, something. Whites? Yeah, okay, all right. And then you just put only in there. You know, Whites? No. Zoom, we zoom right past Whites, right? So then after that, I'm on this road for like 2 hours. You know, you passing big trucks and trucks passing you, and it's nothing out here but like trucks, more trucks, fast trucks, and everybody out here works in the office. So I stopped at this highly lit, a real gas station, nothing like White's. Never heard of it, but you can tell this was like the spot. They had showers there, big center. So I stopped there, got me some. Gosh, my car was above half tank. If I knew I was gonna go, I would have chugged that bitch. I would have chugged it extra with gas. I would have like put gas in a cup if I'd have known what the fuck I was gonna get into. But my car's above half, way above half, right? And you know, my car gets a lot of good miles a gallon. So I get there, give me a cup of coffee, and I'm driving down, and it says, 2 miles, my turn coming up. 1 mile, my turn coming up. And that bitch say turn. I'm like, here? Turn here. I'm like, this bitch gonna get me killed. I turn here. First off, first bad sign. Big ass truck didn't want to share the road. So I turn, and I'm like, damn near about to put my back tire in a pothole. I'm like, I can't run in a pothole. Mike just looked at my car 4 hours ago. I'm going to pothole. So, boom, hit a pothole. A little one, I skipped it. You know what I mean? I didn't get all the way in there. Mike can't come all the way out there. He like, where you at? I'll be like, dude, I don't know. The desert. You know what I mean? Big trucks and the oil. You know, the street. Like, like how you drive down your road and GPS, you see your streets. Well, out here, roads are called CR39, CR336, and they just gray and they go right and they go left. I'm like, dude, these ain't real roads. This is like somebody got a tractor and just drove on it. Just drove and just was pushing gravel out the way. And they just came out there with a hammer and just nailed the sign says CR39, And you looking at these streets and like, there ain't no damn whatever, right? So damn GPS tells me to turn left. I turn left and it says 67 miles. And I'm driving on the road. So I done went from interstate to backcountry road, oil land, to small town, 2,000 people, to population 209. So we getting progressively isolated. You know, we're going down the staircase. We're going the wrong way towards civilization. We're getting farther and farther away from civilization. So you go from 4-lane interstate to 4-lane highway, backwoods highway, 2 lanes with a pass lane every so often, and then now we just want to get straight up one way. I said, God damn. So I'm officially driving through who the hell knows. I did not know that big truck that was hogging the road was gonna be the last goddamn person I saw for 40 minutes. And it's daylight. And I'm driving, and I'm driving, and I'm driving, and I'm driving, and I see just like Grand Theft Auto with Trevor when you get to the Trevor board, how it's all like Las Vegas, Nevada, desert, and I seen everything in the desert but a damn tumbleweed. Just a damn. I'm like, what in the hell? Where? And so I used to be a utility worker. So I'm driving, and then all of a sudden, the power poles just disappear. There's no power poles back here. And you be like, what does that mean? That means no damn service back here. That means there's no electricity back here. Then if there's no power poles, there's no telephones, there's no internet, there's no goddamn Wi-Fi. It's just God, the desert, me, and my car. That's it. And the fucking road. So I'm driving and a goddamn coyote crosses the damn street. And so where I'm from Mendon, a country town. And you have a thing in Mendon where you don't swerve. You don't swerve. If it's a dog and under, you hit that bitch. Dog and under, you hit it. Rockwaller, I say probably like from about a Rockwaller under, you hit it. Rockwaller bust your head like, right? Anything over a Rockwaller, like a Great Dane or some shit like that, you may want to slow the fuck down, right? So, shout out to my second wife. Who I loved and cared about. So, me and her was driving one time in the car, and we on the interstate, back in the city. We're doing like 70 miles per hour. You got cars, 4-lane highway. 4 lanes on my side, interstate, 4 lanes on the other side. I remember just like yesterday. Little old bitty chihuahua came crossing the street. Oh, a chihuahua's not a Rockwaller. A chihuahua's not a Rockwaller. This poor little dog was terrified. He's crossing the highway, his tail tucked between his legs. He's shaking and he's doing his little chihuahua walk. My second wife was in the car. She's like, oh my God, I can't. Because when she gets real excited, she gets to doing this hopping thing. Oh my God, I can't you go hit the little dog? You go hit the... I crushed that motherfucker. I crushed that dog, man. I crushed that chihuahua. He couldn't have felt it. He couldn't have felt it. It was too fast. It was less than half a second before I hit him with both tires. So he said, you want to swerve? Fuck no. 4-lane highway, 70 miles per hour. My car was not a good car. 2 cars on the right, a car on the left. We like racing, like we damn not even. Little chihuahua. They missed, man, I'm not swerving my car for no damn chihuahua. I'm sorry. I like dogs. Who's gonna die? Me or the fucking Chihuahua? The fucking Chihuahua. He should be down in the interstate. Well, they can take all the damn posters and have you seen my dog sign on that mile? Cause he's in the road. So we driving. She, oh my God, you go hit the dog. You gotta do it one time. Can you go hit the dog? You go hit the dog. Oh, I crushed him. You just heard the bones crush, right? I ain't blink an eye. I like you should have been in the street, right? So, that's part of driving the back fucking woods country. Goddamn coyote, which is smarter than a rockwaller, come prancing his ass across the street. You know my goddamn motto. You know my motto. I'm like, man, fuck that coyote. Swerving out here. Who in the hell? It'll take you a day before you find me. It'll take you 5 hours. I don't know why I seen that truck 30 minutes ago. At least 30 minutes ago. At least 30 minutes to find anything. It's just, yeah, so fuck the coyote. So, I missed that motherfucker. I guess he was trying to get something to eat. So, I'm driving, and I'm driving. And he got these little certain weird bumps in the road, and they flagged with 2 pipes on each side of them, and they spray painted red, and there's red on the road. I'm like, I don't know what this is. So, but that's there, like every 10 miles you hit those, I guess, so they can run stuff underneath the road. But it's just winding roads, and you just like, where are the people at? Like, where's people? So I'm driving, and it gets more remote. And I get to another spot, right? And GPS says, turn left. So I turn left. So now this one lane highway that had stripes on it, now I'm on a road that's just a road that has no stripes. I'm like, yep, this bitch gonna get me killed. I'm like, is this bitch taking me like to the mountain? And like I'm gonna have to drive 2 hours back? You know, like is she taking me on a turnaround trip? I'm damn sure I ain't finna pull over and touch it, cause the mother may say recalculating and come up with a new route in the middle of what's bummer hell, and I don't know, I may end up at a so I mean the street was just remote, no stripes on the road, no edge of the road, bumpy road. It's like if you, it's one of those roads like if you're not from the city and you know you got a family member deaf and they from the country and you're going on them roads to go bury that body. You know, you had the service at the church, but they buried out like in Louisiana, Shreveport, and many, you know, the bodies at Mount Rest, and then they buried it. We'll just say Allen Cemetery, right out there in Thompson Quarters, and it's quiet. You can hear a damn mouse walking up a damn hill. That's how quiet it is out there. And the streets, you know, one street light 8 miles back. You passed it 8 miles ago, and you're just driving country road. I'm used to country road terrain. There's trees everywhere. Desert terrain, it ain't shit but desert. And them little bitty grassy things like a foot tall and dirt. And you just like, I mean, you ain't seeing nothing. There's no power lines, there's no utility lines, you know. You just like, just driving along, you know. Can't turn the radio on, right? This radio station, really, we're gonna get mountain news, you know. I ain't finna mess with Bluetooth. So, it's just me and my thoughts and it's God, the terrain, me, the road, my car. That's it. So, I'm driving down this back road, and it's like 67 miles to go on this road. and you're not seeing anything. Not even an old trailer, an old dilapidated building, an old bridge where a house used to be, an old car, an old tractor. You ain't seeing none of that. It's just scenery. The scenery looks great, looks good, but damn, nothing. So it's nothing. So you're driving, and 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 I see a sign that says Guadalupe Kids Center. I was like, what? So I look over there to the left, and it was in the curve, in the S curve, and some buildings was over there, like a swing set. I was like, who the hell bringing their kids way the hell out here? From where? I've been on this road for an hour, I ain't seen nothing. And then you see the house thing here, and then nothing. And then I'm like, whatever. You don't see anything. So I'm driving, and you was just like looking for people, and this white lady, I think she was in a black Malibu, passed me on the opposite line. I was like, where the hell is she coming from? I was like, hopefully she's not coming home, cause she can't be going over to that center. So surely a civilization where she came from. So I'm driving, and mind you, I'm in the state of Texas, and Guadalupe Mountain is in Texas, and I'm driving, and I got like a mile, 2 miles to go, and I make a left turn, and then I got like 5 more miles to go, and the street is the same. And all of a sudden I look in the distance, and I see interstate and cars. Oh my God, I see some cars. But I'm driving, I get to the edge of the road, and there's like a gate. I'm like, there's a gate? I'm like, what if the gate would have been closed? You know, like, it's like literally you can close off the road, like just like a swing gate. I don't know, I probably would have broke that bitch open. I ain't in the front. I probably would have pulled some tool out. Probably would have MacGyvered. I would have paid that fine. I would have MacGyvered that gate off. A-teamed that gate apart. Gladly paid whatever fine they would have wanted me to. Cause civilization is right here. I'm not driving back 2.5 hours to that. I would have paid that fine, and we'd put it on a credit card. Wouldn't have been shamed at all. I'd have paid that fine. Ripping that. You told my gate, oh, that's a state fine, $400. Bill me, fuck it, bill me. So the gate wasn't closed. GPS didn't tell me it was a gate at the end of the damn road though. Right. So I'm on the road and I'm zooming. Woo! Interstate happy. My kid calls me. Shout out to BK, favorite son in the world. You know it. Other than his other siblings he knows about. There's Decence, and then there's damn, I can't even think of the names. Dexter, that's it. Dexter and Decence, and yeah. So he's like my favorite son. He knows I tell him all the time. So we're driving. I'm driving. I'm zooming. He checks in on me. I update him. And it says, you know, mountains like, you know, hour to go. 30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes. So I'm excited. I'm zooming. Woo! And then all of a sudden, I pass a sign. And, you know, I don't know. I'm excited because I'm getting closer and closer to the mountains. And you can see them all the way in the distance, right? You see the mountains all the way in the distance, right? And they're just like super big. I mean, like this mountain's way back there. Like it's so big. They got like a haze to them. You can't even they just way back there, right? And so I'm just driving, trying to get to the haze. It's a perfect day. Weather's perfect. It's bright and sunny. It's like 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? So before I left, I was like, I'm gonna take me a little hike, an hour, but I'm just not thinking. I'm not feeling that hike stuff anymore after being on these back roads. I'm like, one of my shows is from Discovery Channel, I Shouldn't Be Alive, that I like to watch, and people make foolish decisions and they get stuck out there and there's nobody around to help them. So that hike is getting farther and farther in the back of my mind, right? I'm like, man, screw that hike, right? So I'm driving along, I see the mountains and it says mountains, Guadalupe Mountains, I don't know, 30 miles, something like that. And I get to a sign, I zoom past a sign, and it says, what does it say? Service ends, no, last stop, next service 133 miles. And so, in my zooming, zoom, so you see that little city over there, that little town of houses over there across the highway, right? If it would have looked like that, that would have been an improvement, right? Like, okay, yeah, I can do that little town like that. It looked like all the buildings, like if a fire marshal drove by, he just would have just started shutting shit down. Like, fire code, shit go burn up, it's not good. That's how I looked at, right? It was like, this is it. Next service, 133 miles. So the gas station looked like, well, I'll put this gas in my car. I'm definitely gonna need a new fuel pump, and my car gonna start to clunk, right? And the store looked like, well, if I eat some food here, I'm definitely not either gonna have explosive diarrhea, or I'm gonna have to throw up, or feel bad and sick and get the sweatings, and Lord, we're in a pandemic, so right, so that's what it looked like. The gas looked like it's either gonna mess your car up, the food looked like it's gonna make you sick by throwing up or explosive diarrhea, and like, I'm a guy, so I don't know how many men do. I have car napkins, but I don't travel with toilet tissue and air freshener. You know what I mean? I don't have like a bag of toiletries with me. I got deodorant, when I'm traveling, and toothpaste. And I don't just have toilet paper in the car. I'm like, I can't just pull over and just poop on the side of a road. It's in the goddamn mountains, right? I mean, come on. So I just zoom right past that motherfucker. So I ain't stopping there. Just stop there for what? I ain't stopping there. Alright. So I didn't stop there. So I'm zooming along and get close. I'm like, so I get to an area that I like to see. The roads look real nice. The mountains look good. I pull over and I stop. Make a quick YouTube video or whatever video. Capture the scene. Take some pictures with my cell phone. I was excited. It was a breathtaking scene. It was just gorgeous, right? And so I said, okay, I see the mountain. Time to start going towards civilization. Pull up a hotel. It says 67 miles. Okay, with 67 miles. 67 miles that way. Straight ahead. I'm like, cool. Alright, I can do that. So now I'm driving, heads towards the hotel, and I got civilization on my mind. So if I thought driving through back country, oil land, was isolated, I was wrong. Driving through the mountains is so isolated. It's like being on a Range Rover car commercial by yourself. The scenes look good and they're amazing, but you're by yourself. There's nothing but mountains, hills, valleys, damn prairie dogs kept running across the road. I don't know who the hell they thought they was running in front of. I'm like, dude, I will flatten your ass like a steamroller. I don't give a damn what you are. So I'm driving through the mountains. I got my windows down, got my top open. I'm enjoying it. It's breathtaking. It's beautiful. Got the rock mountains on the left, mountains on the right, mountains behind you, mountains in front of you. And then you're going down a 7-degree decline. So I got a standard shift. So it's the car in neutral, and I'm really just rolling 60 miles an hour down a mountain with no acceleration, because that's just how fast you're going down. So I'm slowing down. And then the mountain, you got them turns like this, so I'm extra careful. I mean, I'm like 30 miles an hour. It's going slow in these. I'm just like, dude, you're not going to see my little blue car in the side of a goddamn mountain in mountain country. It's like, 911, what's your emergency? I wrecked. Where you at? I'm up in the Guadalupe Mountains. By what? A mountain. Like, what's up there? The last sign I passed says all services in 133 miles. I mean, what do you say? Right? And so, when I was at that last stop, if there's a paramedics in there, it had to be like, some more buildings in. But who knows what it... You didn't think about what the hell the medical staff would have looked like. Who knows? They could have been like, they could have been 4.5 star too, like my mechanic guy, the best paramedic rescue site in the city. Or, the city was small, but in the state, for all I knew. They could have got like 4.9 reviews. I don't think you can do rated ambulance review company, because of bad reviews, like you die. So, but anyway, 4.9. So I'm extra careful. I'm cautious. So I'm driving through the mountains, and I get to a rest area stop, and picnic area in the mountains. Gorgeous. I start recording. I call my second ex-wife, and telling her about the trip so far. And it's like I'm out there. It's like straight up, the hills have eyes type of scene, right? It's like somebody. So you're thinking about the hills have eyes. You're thinking about The Walking Dead. You're thinking about survival. Like, what are you gonna survive on? What? Eat what? Like, there's nothing out here to eat but a coyote and some prairie dogs. That's all that I saw. And a big ass buzzard. I mean, this sucker had to be like, I don't know, 30 pounds. I want to go hit that stinking mother sucker. I blew. There was a buzzard in the street eating some guts. I slowed down. I blew. Because Lord knows if I hit the fucking buzzard, you know what'll happen. I hit the damn buzzard. It try to fly. It'll flip over and fall through the top of my car. I got a fucking stinking ass buzzard, half dead, flapping his funk ass wings in the car. I done swerved around the road off the mountain and went on the side of a damn mountain top, because I'm in the mountains, and never seen from again because of a goddamn buzzard. I slowed my car down, and I was about to start pressing the damn button to close my top, but he flew away. I was like, buzzard. So, but anyway, so I'm in the picnic area. I'm chilling. I learned how to do a duo. I did my first duo, and I'm showing Jeannie the duo stuff, and she's like, it's cool. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this car just comes. It's like, it's nobody for miles. And then all of a sudden, this couple just comes by, because I'm at a picnic area, so it's like off the road. It's just, and they get there and they just go, I'm like, well, what the heck was that? You know what I mean? So, I don't know what that was about. I don't get to assume. I don't get to draw conclusions. So, that was that. So I wrap it up real quick with her because I'm like, okay, it's 4 o'clock, 4:30ish, maybe 5. I'm nervous, and I want to get home well before twilight. I want to get home before the sun even peaks below the horizon. It's like GPS say I'll be to the civilization in 40 minutes. I'm like, I got like an hour. I got 2 hours to spare. And so I end the phone with her and I'm driving through these mountains, man. They're beautiful. You can't really enjoy them because, you got to watch the road and there are mountains and then there's nothing out here. And every so often, you just see like a home, a living quarters, like on the side of the road. Not like on the side of the road, but like it's like you're driving down the road and you look to the right and you see a living area, like a house, an SUV, or it's not like a trailer. It's like a brick, stucco, stone thing, house thing, with windows. You can tell people live there. It's like a mile off the road. But you can see it because it's a clearing, because it's deserts and mountains, so it ain't like it's trees blocking it, but it's like a mile down and you can see that. But you don't see a driveway, so you're like, how the hell did they get back there? There's no driveway. Like when you drive down the country road, there's a driveway, there's a road, and then it goes somewhere you can't see anything because it's woods. But it's mountains, so you just see a house, you're like, where's the driveway? Did you just like SUV it all the way back there, or not SUV it, ATV it? Did you forward it? Did y'all forward? Do y'all forward it back there? Do you like 4x4 truck it over, or a desert dune buggy? Do you desert dune buggy back there? I'm like, how do you get back there, right? And so, you seeing that, and I'm like, dude. So I pull over, I have to use the restroom, water the rocks, right? And then you start seeing these interesting signs that you've never seen before in your life. I've never seen these signs before. Caution, high winds. I'm like, high winds? The hell you mean caution, high winds? I'm in a Mazda, a little bitty high wind. High winds, I'm driving, caution, high winds. I'm like, I don't even know what this even means. But I'm just going to look out for high winds. I'm like, how do you even know high winds? You don't see high winds. You're just going to feel the high winds. And you feel the high winds, they're just going to huff and puff and blow you how they want to blow you. So I'm just like, I'm not doing that. So I just reduce acceleration again. So I'm probably like the slowest person driving through the mountains. Then it says caution high winds. I'm like, yep, okay. Caution high winds. I'm like, yep, okay. Then you see a sign that says, beware, caution falling rocks. Like, and so you driving and you look and you see, I don't know why they call it rocks. They should be called car blocks. Because I'm like, this rock, a boulder, is bigger than my car. Everywhere. It's like pieces of mountain, like, caution falling rocks. So now we got winds, and then we got caution falling rocks. So then you drive through the mountains, and then it's all of a sudden you see a sign that says, turn around, don't drown. Flood zone. And like, be careful, flood zones. And this is what the sign says. The road dips, be careful of flood zones. I'm like, the road dips. Oh, dips. Okay, so the road dips. And then you look to the right and the flood gauge is 5 feet. And you can see the top of the sign. I'm like, this one, like, if you come through here during the rainy season, like your whole car is like, never do nature trips by yourself. Never again will I do nature by myself. All right. So, caution winds, falling rocks, flood zones, animals running across the street, beautiful scenery. Don't know how the hell people got back there to them houses. just like, what in the world, man? So I'm driving to these pretty mountains. I pull over, take some more pictures, because I got to use the restroom. I'm not just pulling over because I'm like, oh, let's pull over. No, I got to use the restroom, so I'm like, there's no bathroom anywhere, right? The sign said 133 miles. So I pull over. After I did my duo chat, I turn my GPS back on. Got a new route. And it said, same hotel, hour 20 minutes away now. I said, I am not doing this GPS thing today. So I didn't touch it. I said, so we went from 30 minutes to an hour 20 minutes. I said, you know what? You win. This time, I zoomed all the way out. I said, okay, it's going to take me to an interstate. I stick with this route. I don't have to go anywhere. I just stay on the mountains. Maybe I lost signal and it came back, and maybe that's what I want to say anyway. I don't know. I stayed on the route. I'm driving. A goddamn road runner runs across the road. Freaking road runner. I've never seen a road runner in my life. As a matter of fact, I've never seen a damn prairie dog in my life either. Damn road runner had the little hair, like, going to the back and stretch. The bird was so quick. It was so fast. I've never seen a bird run this fast. Running. I've never seen a bird run this fast. I'm doing 75 miles because I'm out of this, and it's just flat now. So I'm doing 60 to 70 miles per hour. And that motor just wham, skets across the road. I was like, that was a damn road runner, man. So I seen Wile E. Coyote, 2 prairie dogs, and a road runner. Hell, all I need to see was a damn bunny rabbit. I had a whole goddamn Looney Tunes. Pig. You ain't seen no damn pig. That's probably what the vulture was in. So, I'm feeling better as I talk to this. I finally make it out. I see Interstate 10. No, I'm coming out of the mountains, finally, after an hour and 34 minutes. Completely out of the mountains, and I see a home, and another home, and another home. And I'm like, civilization at last. 3 hours of mountains and terrain. I wanted to see the Guadalupe Mountains. I did. I saw them. They were gorgeous. And I also saw a sign that says pull over, ranger station, hike trail. Fuck no. Hell no. Hell no. There's no way in hell I was taking a goddamn walk. No goddamn way. Walk where? To what? To see what? I saw like 3 ranger stations and like signs of hike trails, and I was after being out there for about an hour, you realize I'm thinking, my first time visiting a national park. I'm thinking it's gonna be, maybe I watched too much Vegas Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation growing up as a kid. But I'm thinking national park, right? So that last word gets me, park. So I'm thinking park, kids, family, stuff like that. Park, national. So you put them 2 words together, I'm thinking I'm gonna get to a drive area. I don't know. You mess up thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna get like to a place where it's like 20 cabins or 10 cabins or 6 cabins, and there's like a head ranger cabin in the middle that says visitors ranger cabin this way, registration. I don't know. I guess kind of like a log cabin hotel, restaurant, gas station thing, but everything is log cabins type thing. You know what I mean? Ranger station, log cabin. 3 little, 5, little hotel rooms, log cabins. I'm thinking it's gonna be log cabin style, and you gonna have this family parked over here, this family parked over there, and everybody, walk to the ranger station, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna take the hike trail, and we're gonna, when you sign up, kind of like a camping trip type of thing that you see on TV in the 80s growing up. I'm thinking national park is like grown folks, kids camping summer camp. That's it. I'm thinking this is gonna be like a grown version of summer camp thing. No, completely isolation. So once I realized that, and it didn't take long to realize that. You've been driving for an hour, you ain't saw nobody. Your ass up here alone. If anything happens, it's you and your wits. My brother, one of my brothers, like to do the survival thing, and how a man wants to spend his time is how he wants to spend his time. I ain't knocking that. I'm like, bro, out here, survive on what? Rocks? Dirt? I've only seen 4 of the forms of life: vegetation, me, coyote, 2 prairie dogs, and a freaking road runner. There's no person to shoot. That road runner ain't gonna get you full. You gonna miss it. I promise you gonna miss that mother. I see why Wiley that son of a bitch is fast. You would not shoot a road runner. That son of a bitch is quick. It reminds me, I think part of this is Native American area too. I've seen a lot of pictures of Native Americans in my childhood, of them hunting buffalo with bow and arrows. I haven't saw not one picture of them must have shot got a road runner. They shot a road runner with an arrow, and I told him, you ain't finna shoot no road runner, cuz. You may hit him with a 22 or a 30-06. Road runner? I'm doing 70 miles per hour street, so my car is probably about 4 foot wide, so 2-lane highway, so 6 feet, so the road probably 12 feet wide. Goddamn road runner shot across that from dirt to dirt, one side of the dirt to the side of the dirt. I'm doing 70 miles per hour, just like that. Didn't hit him. You ain't catching no road runner. So that's all I saw this out there. Survival of what? Die of what? So I wanted to see the mountains. I saw the mountains. It was beautiful. And I learned something. I really did. I like doing adventure, and I like having a little bit of nervous feeling. Like when I'm gonna have a good time, I have like that first day of school nervous. That first day of school get nervous, right? Or that new career path first day nervous, right? Orientation nervous, right? Good nervous, not because I met some job that ain't like, you ain't talking about that bullshit. I'm talking about you planned, career day, you just graduated school, you went to school for this education, you got your diploma, now it's the first day of the, that good nervous, like I want to meet people, I'm excited, I'm nervous like that, good excitement, right? You know what I mean? So, that was my nervousness. But when I got up in these mountains, in this isolation, it was past that. It was like, I had to check myself not to be fearful, because if something happens, I'm not a good phone person of like screenshotting or pinpointing my location, right? I don't know how to do that. You look up, and a couple times your phone says searching for service, right? Because you're in the mountains, which can be expected. So nature trips should be taken with a friend. definitely with a friend, and I found my fear gave me anxiety, right? So I've been skydiving before. I would rather skydive all the time. Skydiving is nervous. You have a little fear there. It's a little edgy, right? But this trip of isolation of being in the mountains for 3 hours, driving without another person, and the mountains are beautiful. I want to see the Guadalupe mountains. I saw them, but I was more afraid of this than jumping out of an airplane with a parachute strapped to my back, falling at 118 miles per hour at what, like 18 meters a second or some crazy shit like that. Yeah, I would much rather skydive than I went through what I went through, but I learned something. So, the reason why my car and the reason why I had to get off that road that night is because I would have been up in these mountains with my GPS at 1 o'clock in the morning, lost. That's why I hit that bad patch of road. That's why I had to put over the big city. That's why I made life. That's why. I had to get off the road. Because I was going to go to this city, Carlsbad, right? But I passed through Carlsbad on the way to the mountains. But it wasn't a city like I thought it was. I told you what it looked like, right? No service for the next 133 miles. So I had to sleep there. I had to eat something there. I had to use the bathroom there, right? And this is after me, before I left, I had picked that spot. I Googled it, I picked the spot. It's a holiday, no, it was a Motel 6 or something. It was a chain restaurant, chain, whatever. I'm like, I'm just going to stay there. Well, GPS threw me a loop. It would have threw me the same loop. And I'd have wound up where I wound up. Except it would have been dark, black, and you think it was something in the daytime. At night, there's no gas stations out there. I told you what the one gas station looked like. At night, I flew right past that spot. Wide open. Flew right past it. I'm like, I ain't stopping there. I'll stop at the next one. I damn sure wouldn't have seen that sign that says all services, no services, 133 miles. So I had to go through all the mountains. Yeah. So, I'm going to get to assume or jump to conclusions of what could have happened. I just know that the way that the events transpired, I had to get off the road and I had to eat that good food that night. I got me some cheesecake. Yeah, my birthday. I met a super mechanic. And I needed that confidence, the extra confidence. I told the mechanic when he was looking at my car, I said, man, I take care of my car. He's like, yeah, man, this is a great car. I can tell you take care of a car. What year is it? You know, when they see how clean your car is, and then they ask you again, what year is it? And you tell them, you know, I got 2007. He's like, you take care of this thing. I'm like, yeah. Like, ain't nothing wrong. He's like, yeah, I can tell you ain't nothing wrong when you ain't got no leaks, no drips. You ain't got no nothing. So I needed that encouragement to get through that damn mountain terrain. So you did that at night with no... Nah. Pull up a where? And then I probably would have tried to call somebody. No service. So I had to sleep. Oh yeah, I don't get the jump. So that's what happened. So I wrap it all up by saying I enjoyed myself. I've been going to check out my hotel room, Holiday Inn Suites. I'm an official member now. All I gotta do is just say yes and sign up. I gave them my junk email. I signed up. Had a good time. I drank some wine last night to take that edge off. Making this video took that edge off. Watched my MP3 today. Today's the 2-year anniversary. Uh, September the 13th, so you know it's a 2-year anniversary. So, I got that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I watch a friend. I watch a prelude to it. So today is the 13th, but I watched the chat today. It was 18 minutes long. I'm like, I can rock with that. Got no problem with 18-minute chat. So I watched the chat. It was 18 minutes long, and I got in my car. I'm gonna get in my car, drive home. I'm gonna watch my anniversary tomorrow because I got Monday off, and I'm gonna chill. So I would rather skydive than do this again. Next time I do a nature trip, I'm gonna have somebody with me. Probably my traveling buddy, my daughter. I love her very much. Shout out to Essence, the Chiefs fan, you know, with her dad. BK, Chiefs fan with his dad, right? So, probably take my traveling buddy Essence with me. Yeah. I'm gonna ask if she wants to go. She don't want to go, she ain't gotta go. Ask BK if he want to go. He didn't want to go. You know, just kids. I didn't want to take anybody else with me other than my kids. I asked my brother if he wanted to go. One of my brothers. I didn't think he was gonna be able to go. He wasn't able to go. I was gonna ask my dad, and he probably would have went. But you know, once my kids said no, once my best friend said no, I was just like, I'm gonna do it by myself. I gotta probably go to work by myself. I like going by myself. But nature, I wouldn't advise anybody to do a nature sightseeing thing by themselves. Because you can be brave for somebody, but when it's just you, it's hard to be brave just for yourself. And I was brave for myself. But big cities, destination, party towns, I do those by myself, right? Big cities, party town, destination, going live, football games, sporting events, concerts. Yeah, right? You do that, right? I do that. I flew across the world by myself, right? Nature, got some more going to do.